some of my answers constitute my opinion, which means you must not necessarily agree with me. You could have a different perspective. When you see young people going to the streets in different parts of Africa, it means that they have tried to pursue formal means, and those formal means have not yielded any fruits.
That's the youth of Nigeria. And now let us listen just a little bit in the speech of Professor PLO Lumumba.
Today, mine is to urge you to change your mind, to ensure that your mental orientation is designed and devised to ensure that you change Nigeria so that Nigeria ceases to be an economy which is 400 billion United States dollars. Nigeria should be a 2 trillion United States dollar economy in the next 5 years. And is only going to happen when you young men and women engage in activities that are going to make Nigeria great again. She can be great. Nigeria has over 500 cultures, and I want to submit to you that that cultural diversity is a mosaic. It is a power, because the God that we worship is a God of diversity. I can imagine to myself.
A few months ago, we saw the protesters in Kenya protesting and want the President William Ruto to withdraw the financial bill. And listen, today is also we see this same issue in Nigeria, where we see youth in Nigeria, or we call them Generation Zoomers, want the reform of the government. So, brothers and sisters, I want you to listen to this speech from Professor PLO Lumumba speaking about the Nigerian governance. Then we will come back for the discussion at the end of this video.
If Nigeria were to use the entrepreneurship of the Igbo, who are known to engage in enterprise and succeed like success itself, if they were to also deploy the intellectual capacity of the Yoruba and use that dignity combined with the Igbo entrepreneurship, and if they were to use positively the elegance of the Fulani and the Hausa and the Ijo and the Ibibio and all the others that I have no time to mention, Nigeria can be great. Because as the saying goes, it needs the black keys of a piano and the white ones of a piano to produce melodious music. Don't emphasize the things that divide you, emphasize the things that unite you, because unity is the mother of success, sustainable progress. Today, mine is to share only one thing with you, that Nigeria will only be great when our young people, our young men and women, take a solemn vow that from today onwards, you are coming out of this meeting in Anambra and you are going to go out into Nigeria, go south into Port Harcourt, go west and go into Lagos and Abeokuta, go north into Kaduna, go to the center in Abuja, and let Nigeria be shaken. Be shaken because you have a message of hope. Be shaken because you have a message that is going to transform her so that she can be great again, so that she can be the leader in West Africa, so that she can be the leader in Africa, so that she can be the leader in the world, and that leadership will not be a leadership that is used to undermine others, but is used to strengthen others. Go out there and serve. The world is waiting to be served. Nigeria is waiting to be served. Serve her. Be blessed.
Trial version. Trial version.
Hello. Yeah, thank you so much, Professor PLO Lumumba. for that wonderful presentation. We appreciate you for that, and
Trial
our
version.
members listening keenly to that presentation where you espouse the fact that
Trial version.
if we work together as a people and as a team, we will go places. We thank you so much.
Trial
I'll put our hands
version.
together for him once again. Of course, we are doing this because it's not for Nigeria. Right
Trial
now,
version.
it's time for question, interaction, and reaction. I'm the honorable member of the House.
Trial version.
All right,
Trial version.
we have a few questions for you, and we'll take it from the members that
Trial
are gathered
version.
here that listen to you attentively. So I'll move the microphone around,
Trial
and
version.
I hope you hear what we say
I hope
and
so.
jot down.
And let me acknowledge the young Ture Osman, who is listening all the way from Banjul in the Gambia.
Wow, that's
Trial
great.
version.
And of course, a lot of Nigerians are keyed online too, listening to you on Facebook.
Trial version.
So we go to the honorable member, Engineer Chris Azubogu.
Trial version.
Okay, please have questions.
Trial version.
He takes last. Questions.
Trial version.
We had him attentively, we listened. We heard what he said. So it's time to take questions.
Trial version.
Yes.
You know, something happened. It fell. So my hand touched the screen. Once the hand touched, just leave it.
Trial version.
Maybe I'll be the first to ask. We didn't hear him very well.
Trial version.
Thank you, sir. So please remember, you introduce yourself, your name, and
Trial
your portfolio. You now take the question so that he will know where you're coming from.
Trial version.
I want to thank Professor Lumumba.
Trial version. Trial version.
Association of Nigeria Anambra State.
Trial version.
My question borders on, you see,
Trial version. Trial version.
as Prof challenged us, but taking a cue from the recent event that happened in Nigeria,
Trial version.
NSAS protest, we saw the way the youth moved peacefully,
Trial version.
lend their voice to have their say on something they consider as not going well.
Trial version.
And we also saw how both
Trial version.
authority carefully mobilized us to
Trial version.
peacefully coordinating themselves. That talks was mobilized and
Trial version.
we saw the security apparatus of the government trying to
Trial
suppress
version.
the youth on not saying what they want to say or having they want to have in their nation.
Trial version.
Such situation as we have now in Nigeria. And I want Prof to lend his voice to help us.
Trial version.
New course. There are so many things that we still want to say. But the challenge we have now, how do we say this?
Trial version.
We say, where will we stand to say this? So I want Prof to help us to chat a new course.
Trial version.
How to communicate with our leaders so that they will hear us. I had when you mentioned about the unity.
Trial version.
And discipline in whatever we are doing. And I believe, and you know what happened.
Trial version.
And you can help advise us on how to do it better. Thank you.
Trial version. Trial version.
First question, we will be taking about 5 questions and
Trial version.
we take your
Trial
response.
version.
Prof, I don't know if you got the first question before we move to the second person.
I
Hello?
believe
Trial
that
version.
what I'm being asked to speak to is how, in light of what happened in NSAS, how do you engage going forward? I believe that is the gist of it.
Trial version.
Exactly, sir. So, network is
Trial
okay.
version.
The network is not very friendly.
Yes, sir.
Trial version.
In Nigeria, it's not the news that our election
Trial
schedule
version.
always changes many a day or even few hours before the election. And
Trial
we
version.
have expected the National Assembly to at least raise a bill that can restrict
Trial
the
version.
INEC from changing the election date or time 7 days before the election.
Trial
Now,
version.
in a situation where it is not so, what do you advise
Trial
us
version.
to do? That's the question. And the second question, the INEC
Trial version.
is not we see that the INEC is not independent
version.
in Nigeria. It is called independent, but they are not. Reasons being that the INEC
Trial
chairman
version.
is always appointed by the presidency, whereby he becomes an
Trial
elder
version.
boy to the president. What do you advise us to
Trial
do about
version.
that? And the third question is
Trial
in
version.
this country, we normally run our election with ad hoc members or staff
Trial
of the
version.
INEC. And these men are projected by the politicians who they
Trial
expect
version.
ad hoc to protect their interests and at the same time manipulate the election process.
Trial
What
version.
do you advise us to do about that? Thank you. My name is Reverend Ugomelo Grace.
Trial version.
Prof, I hope you got that.
I got the question is about elections
Trial
and the
version.
fact that those who run the elections are appointed by the president and that members are appointed on an ad hoc basis, and what is it that you as a body
Trial
can
version.
do to influence change in that process? I hope I
Exactly.
got it right.
Thank you, sir.
Trial version. Trial version.
Thank you, Prof, for that explosive presentations. In fact, I
Trial
was
version.
highly motivated. Prof, our country is bedeviled by
Trial
this
version.
commercialization of vote. And you know that the poverty of the youth or the masses is
Trial
the
version.
prosperity of our politicians. And this NSAS also, just as you said, is a way of
Trial version.
telling the youth to know that we can do more. Prof, now things are difficult, not only in Africa, also in Nigeria.
Trial version.
And it's one of their key antics to push us down so that during that time, commercialization of vote will come
Trial
according to
version.
the masses. When you push them to the wall, they have nothing, but they will demand. And anything they give to us, we'll take
Trial
it.
version.
Those are the masses theory. Prof, as a global Pan-Africanist and a friendly
Trial
African
version.
youths who want to champion a cause for global change.
Trial version.
How can you advise us to mitigate this commercialization of votes in Nigeria? Thank you, Prof.
Trial version.
You got that, sir?
I got that. How do you deal with the poverty
Trial
and what he describes as the commercialization of the vote?
Trial
Thank you,
version.
sir. Please remember to introduce yourself before you take the question.
Trial version.
Thank you very much. My name is Goluche. I work with the University of Anambra State
version.
University here. My question boils down to youth participation. Many a times we
Trial
recognize
version.
the youth as change agents, but nobody really tells them about political participation. Many youth
Trial
are not
version.
registered in political parties. Most of the times, we see it as a result of religion tells us sometimes that
Trial version.
politics is a dirty game. So we stay out of it because we want to make heaven. In some something we need to change.
Trial
because
version.
we cannot change political actors without being involved. I had a recent, talk by the governor of Kaduna State, and he said you cannot chase us out
Trial version.
except you get involved. Because most of the times youth talk about getting their
Trial
fair
version.
share in political participation without being involved. So, Prof, my question boils down to this. How do we
Trial
start changing
version.
the narrative? How do we start telling youth to become actors, get involved, register in political parties,
Trial
and then
version.
talk about how to become those change agents they want to be? So that's where my question lies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Trial version.
I think you're the fourth person, right?
Trial version.
Yeah, the fifth one, please come this way.
The fifth one.
Yes, the fifth one, and we take your response.
Trial version.
We have the sense clear.
Trial version.
We have the sense clear. We have the strength
Trial
to transform
version.
the society. Prof, I thank you so much for your wonderful speech.
Trial
Prof,
version.
when you were speaking to us, you said something about are you fighting corruption simply
Trial
because you have
version.
not been opportune to be in a place where you can get corrupt? That's your question actually got my
Trial
attention.
version.
Prof, I want to be very emphatic with you that the Nigerian system of government has been
Trial
so much
version.
commercialized to the point that before you as a change agent,
Trial version.
like as we have presumed ourselves to be an upcoming change agent, before you get to a place
version.
where you can effect that change you are anticipating to effect, the road is too narrow
Trial
and
version.
full of a lot of thorns. Sir,